Hey everyone, Speedaddict here, and I just wanted to make a quick video on just my own thoughts on Restoration Shaman so far in Season 2 or patch 11.1. Now, I do want to highlight that this is only based on Mythic class, and this is entirely my opinion and how I've been feeling playing the spec. For Raid, I haven't really had a time to test it out, as unfortunately it is on like 6 a.m. Sydney time, and I don't really want to wake up just to play fucking WoW. But yeah, I just wanted to share some of my thoughts and experiences playing so far the past 2 weeks. Obviously, we've had some chance to play around with Floodgate. If you had a chance, you've probably seen the video of the Floodgate, which I actually quite enjoyed. But yeah, this week a lot of things have happened with the new dungeons. We have the Rookery, Cinder Brew, Brewery, whatever it's called. We have what else? The Priory, and then Dark Flame. Yeah, a lot of things have changed, and I do think that Shaman at the moment, at least for M plus, just doesn't feel strong. Um, it definitely feels a lot weaker compared to every other spec. I've played a bit of Holy Priest, I've played a little bit of Mistweaver, and I can definitely say that Shaman so far feels not the hardest to heal with, but definitely not as smooth as healing on a Mistweaver, for example, right? And I think the predominant issue with it is the mana usage. That you use a lot of your mana. Like, I think so far out of all the healers I've played, this is the first one that I'm drinking almost every big pool. Like, we did a Priory on the first pool with Lust, and I finished the pool with like what 15% mana on the first pool. I did the exact same pool with a Mistweaver, healed it with a lot more comfortability, and I had like 95% mana. So I definitely think that Resto at the moment on the mana aspect is struggling a lot. And obviously with the amount of damages coming out from those dungeons, like if you've had a chance to play on the PTR, there's definitely a lot of dots, a lot of dispelling, a lot of fucking shit going on, which is kind of crazy. And I feel like if you haven't played a Shaman in the previous seasons, it's a hard season to get into it, just because I find that you need to be casting a lot more Healing Surge, you need to be casting a lot more Chain Heal, there's a lot more hard casting happening. And obviously without AG anymore as an ability, we have lost a big cooldown for our healing. Which, yeah, unfortunately has had an impact. Now, we have had some buffs such as the 5% over healing increase, which was nice. It definitely felt quite nice, felt quite alright. The healing has felt a bit stronger compared to before the patch, so in the Floodgate. But I feel like it doesn't compensate for AG being missing, and also the amount of damage that's coming out of these fucking bosses and monsters. Now, speaking of AG, the one thing that AG was good for was also during our DPS window, it converts it to somewhat healing, right? Now, with that being gone, DPSing is a lot harder. I feel like you don't get much of a chance to actually sit there in TBS, because you constantly have to be moving. And just the amount of damages going out to your party is just making it a lot harder for you to sit there and hardcast your DPS. So I feel like a big problem with Resto Shaman as well right now is definitely the damage output that we provide. Um, I feel like it is very undertuned. We don't have much compensation on the healing aspect to make up for the damage that we don't, the amount of damage that we do that is lower, and our healing isn't just as strong as well to make up for it. Now we have moved to a season where it's more DPS reliant to do damage for timing keys. So your healer doesn't have to do that much damage, just enough to sort of like assist. But it definitely feels like Shaman is struggling a lot on the DPS. Now, I do want to clarify as well, I am not the best Shaman. I'm probably not even playing this build correctly. So I do want to share that this is just my own thoughts and my opinion, and I don't want to make it sound like I'm an expert and you shouldn't play it. But it definitely feels weak, weak compared to other healing specs. Now, again, just want to highlight, this is just for M+, this is just for my own testing. Now, we still have, what, probably like 4 to 5 weeks to the expansion is actually, sorry, the Season 2 is actually out, so a lot of things can change. I really do hope, though, that Blizzard does listen to the people and does give Resto Shaman something to make up for the mana being low. Like especially like the take priority boss with the armor piece ability that it has, right? It casts is so frequent that your tank's HP is constantly low, and on top of that, you have the other ad casting Holy Radiance. Yes, it happened once in a while, not the whole fight, but the damage that he's taking from that plus your party is overlapping with the dot that your tank is taking. So you're sitting there cast healing chain heal, your mana is draining so fast, it's actually painful. Now again, I might not be playing the thing correctly, and it will be a skill issue from my side, to be honest. And if it is, that's on me. But from other creators that I've watched as well, and other people that I've spoken to about Resto Shaman, they all come to sort of like the consensus that Resto Shaman 4M plus at least just doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel strong. Doesn't feel like it belongs in this meta. Just the sheer amount of damage. I think that's the biggest issue. I feel like the damage that goes out to how your mana gets drained to heal back from all the damage. And mind you, some of this is just trust mobs doing all the damage, right? But yeah, I do think that it's currently in a position where I wouldn't see it in the meta. I don't think you'll see it used very frequently anywhere in the meta at the moment, as it is. Um, it has made me think that you might have to invest more into your haste moving forward rather than just simply create versatility, because I feel like you really need to be able to spam those healing surges out. Now I'm still trying out new builds and trying out new things. I do want to try the new healing tide totem that they've added, where it becomes a mana tide totem as well, and it gives you 3 healing surges back to back for free and instant, which I think is a good chance. I haven't really had a chance to play with it. Unfortunately, finding keys is a bit hard. In PTR, not many people trying it, and my friends just do not want to play with me on it. But yeah, I am gonna do a bit more testing into it and figure out. But yeah, I'm finding it hard for myself to just be hard casting, and with all the mechanics that the bosses are doing as well. That's the other thing. I feel like this season specifically, it's a lot harder to sit and cast rather than just. Sorry, it's harder to sit and hard cast due to the mechanics compared to like a Mist River Monk that's just like in the mix, fucking rice kicking, fucking feasting the can left and right, and me as a Resto Shaman, I'm sitting here fucking throwing out chain heals and healing surges out and fucking Spirit Light Totem and stuff like that. It just feels that it doesn't favor me as much. Like the fight that you're watching right now as I'm speaking is the priority fight. This fight, obviously I haven't done it before, so this was my first time outside of Heroic, and if you did in Hero, you probably like blew it over in like a few seconds. But when you do this fight, the mechanics sort of overlap. So you have a beam going out at someone at the same time while you're doing that. If it's on you as the healer, because you can go on the healers, you have to keep moving. Then on top of that, you have to turn your back to the mob so you don't get one shot of a blinding light. There's a swirly going on. It just feels like there's a lot of shit going on that requires you to be moving and casting. And as much as I love Spirit Grace, I do feel like if you get double targeted by the same mechanic, you're kind of fucked. So I definitely feel like this season so far is just not favoring Resto Shaman. But again, we are very, very early in the PTR. I just really, really hope that Blizzard actually listens to every creator so far that has put Resto Shaman in the C tier, actually listens to them and goes, fuck, we should maybe fix this and give them something to make up for it. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. As it is right now, I am having fun playing it, but it does feel undertuned. But yeah, what are your thoughts, guys? I would love to hear what you guys think. But yeah, I'm going to make more videos moving forward, probably and be on the Shaman as we go on. But yeah, till then, I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.